for Weapon X, the rumors for Omega Red. We're going to find the latest review right now. We're going to go check it out. Lucky the Strike Time episode. Let's go watch this. We are premiering this live, the live reaction, and hopefully we get info on the Weapon X team that is coming to Marvel Strike Force and what this could mean here. All right, let's up the volume and see what Cerebro has to reveal about Omega Red, and if the rumors about this Weapon X team are not revealed, we're gonna discuss it on this video. So let's see what he is saying.
To Alliance War, among other things. One of the best ways you can make sure you know about these announcements the very minute they are published is by going to the official Discord server and following.
All right, promotion going on.
Channel. Honestly, I really cannot recommend doing this enough. What I also can't recommend enough is today's interview. Let's jump right in.
All right, this is the important one. Omega Red, baby. What are we learning about Omega Red today?
All right, guys, we're back. I'm super happy to have back with us on the show, Mr. Byron Melsack.
Byron.
You're doing great. How you been?
Doing great. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, really quickly, for those that may have missed it, last week I was on Marvel Entertainment's YouTube channel, and there we briefly talked about in a video live stream that Weapon X is going to be the next team coming to the game. We talked a little bit about it's going to be a rework for Wolverine and Sabretooth as well.
Yes.
But you're here today to tell us about the third member of Weapon X.
That's right, Cerebro. I'm happy to announce that the third member of the Weapon X team and also the next legendary character in Marvel Strike Force is Wolverine's lethal nemesis, Omega Red.
Omega Red, dirty Omega Red.
Who is Omega Red? How did he meet up with Wolverine, and how do they come to butt heads so fiercely?
So Omega Red is a Russian mutant that has the ability to siphon energy from his victims and transfer it into health for himself.
All right, I think we know who Omega Red is.
Super Soldier program.
I think we're waiting for the unlock method. What this team is going to do. Let's see his kit. I want to see his kit, ladies and gentlemen.
But that tech was actually stolen by Wolverine and Sabretooth. This spurred Omega Red to start hunting Wolverine and kickstarted a bloody long-term rivalry between them.
So I know that Marvel usually gives us a fair amount of freedom to create like our own unique version of characters that are kind of distinct for Strike Force. Is there anything you want to point out on this character model that
look at that character model
notice as being distinct here?
I'm glad you mentioned the carbonadium tentacles because that's what I would point to first. You can see that there are red spikes at the end of each of his two tentacles, making them even more menacing. Also on his back are two winding mechanisms that work to extend and retract the tentacles. It's one of his defining characteristics, so we wanted to give them
cool artwork.
Yeah, that's cool.
We want the kit, we want the unlock method, we want the information on this team.
Even more the fact that those are like implants and they kind of like, you know, they extend and they wind up and go back inside. I think that's a really cool detail.
Yeah, and we make use of them in all of his abilities.
All right, time for the meat and potatoes.
You're right, Marcy. Where is this neck? All right, let's check this out, guys.
As usual, we like to start with the passive. This one's called Death Factor.
Yes, aptly named, and this one's a doozy, so strap in. So starting off,
it's a doozy, guys. You heard it here.
He applies defense up to himself and all Weapon X allies. He heals himself every turn. And for his first 3 turns, he gains a stacking damage bonus. When he takes a significant amount of damage, he gains speed up and some death proof. If an enemy has immunity, the positive effect, he increases the crit chance for himself and Weapon X allies by a significant amount. On spawn, if he has his full Weapon X team, he lowers the enemy team's damage. He provides bonuses to damage and health to Weapon X allies in war mode. Also, in war, on spawn, Omega Red gains speed bar for each Weapon X ally. This works similarly to Magneto's passive with his Brotherhood allies. Then, he steals health from all enemies and distributes to himself and all of his Weapon X allies. And finally, if he has a complete Weapon X team with him, he applies trauma and heal block.
Trauma? That sounds like a new one.
Okay, you weren't kidding. There's a lot there. Let me dive into a couple of these
trauma?
First thing you mentioned, the word trauma.
Yes, that's my question.
What exactly is that?
So this is a brand new negative effect that prevents enemies from removing or flipping debuffs on themselves or their teammates. Trauma can be resisted like any other negative effect, but if it sticks, you won't be able to subsequently clear it. So you can think of this as the negative effect version of Adam Warlock's Safeguard.
So the part of the ability where it says if any enemy has immunity, you gain bonus crit damage, that sounds like something new. I don't think there's any other characters that have something that works like that before.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
What are some of the teams or
Trauma is negative Safeguard,
where Omega Red's going to be able to make the full use of his ability against them?
There's some powerful teams right now that feature a lot of immunity. Marauders and Infinity Watch, for example, have a lot of immunity to spread around to the entire team. And also to be clear that this doesn't stack. So if multiple characters have the immunity buff, this doesn't stack on top of each other. Just as long as one character has immunity, then your team will get the significant bonus to crit chance.
Jeez.
Okay, so it's almost kind of like
a lot of crits.
Like,
that's a lot of crits.
There's that immunity on one of the members of the other team, it toggles on, and if there's not, it toggles off and can go on and off, right, during the fight.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, that is an interesting mechanic.
Move on to the
crits going on and off.
And somehow I get the impression there's going to be more trauma in the future here.
Well, this one is called Tentacle Onslaught for a reason.
Dramatic character.
Starting off, Omega Red flips all positive effects to all enemies.
You guys remember when Doctor Strange did that and it was like, oh, that's a strong skill. That's just one of Omega Red's skills.
Then he deals heavy damage, applies slow, heal block, and then reduces speed bar.
Jeez, who is writing these kits? Are they just like give him everything
from all enemies and redistributes to himself only? This bypasses heal block. So in many cases, Omega Red can recover from the brink of death with this ability. And finally, in war, this applies trauma to
that's a good character animation.
There's several characters I can think of where it's like, oh, you get them down to just that sliver of health, and then if they get to take another turn, they fill all the way back up again. It's great when you get to do it. All right.
Primary target and AoE attack with heal block. Jeez.
Yeah, this one's called Coil Rush. Omega Red deals heavy damage and
more trauma
down to the primary and adjacent targets of this attack. He steals some health from each of those targets and redistributes to himself.
A lot of health stealing, this guy. This guy has some
the primary target
sustain.
Of this attack also has trauma and ability of block applied to them. This is the only application of trauma that can be used outside of war. And finally, Omega Red applies speed up to himself and all Weapon X allies.
Wow.
Okay, so in this ability, we can use
this is crazy.
Anywhere. Doesn't matter. The game.
Correct. But it is only to the primary target, even though this is technically an area and effect attack.
Okay, so you raised a good point about trauma, especially if it can be used outside of war. Is that a negative effect that could be spread from somebody like, say,
oh, good question. Good question.
Other enemies?
What is the answer to this one?
Like stun, where it won't be able to.
That is an excellent question.
And
we treat trauma like stun, where it cannot be spread. How impactful it is.
And finally, his fourth ability, the basic ability. Can you run that down for us, please?
Sure. This is Carbonadium Lash. He attacks a target for good damage and steals a bunch of health from them, redistributing to himself, and you guessed it, it bypasses heal block. This also prolongs bleeds, slows, and offense down. So try to pick out targets that have these negative effects to further punish them.
It's a strong character.
Work on his counterattack, assists, and ISO attacks.
So, those ISO bonus attacks would really come in handy here then, wouldn't they? Speaking of which, what are some of your personal recommendations for ISO 8 classes that you're finding are working out well with him?
Well, the most powerful is definitely Striker because of his health steal and prolonged negative effects working on his ISO bonus.
I like that. I think that's a good choice as well.
Healing though, but you're not recommending healer. There's a specific reason for that?
Sure. So the healer ISO class specifically benefits classic heals, but health steal actually functions differently, so he won't be able to get the same benefit. This is also
that makes sense.
Why health steal bypasses heal block.
So going back to something I mentioned earlier, we've already announced reworks for Wolverine and Sabretooth, but one of the questions that I've just been hounded with since I did that is, are they also getting stats boost in addition to improvements to their ability text? Do you know that?
Yes.
All right, this is important.
There are going to be increases to Wolverine and Sabretooth's base stats for health, damage, armor, focus, resist, and speed. they're going to
Speed.
feel far more powerful and closer to the stats of our newer character releases. They are not going to be slouches.
There. You guys can stop hounding me now. It's coming.
Well, I think we got to wait and see. I think we got to wait and see right now.
Holds teams together. We talked about 2 team members. How many more members of Weapon X?
There's 3. There's 3.
2 more members of Weapon X.
Total, 3 total. 2 more. Yeah.
In the coming weeks.
So once we've
already seen it. We've already seen it.
The full team.
Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike. Those are the other members. We know it already.
Red and Weapon X being the most potent.
As there are many callouts to this mode in his abilities, Omega Red will be the most powerful in war. I
was hoping for a raid.
Hoping for a raid to apply the new trauma effect to the entire enemy team.
And finally, the big question, sure everybody's like screaming at the screen to ask right now, is how are we going to be able to get Omega Red? What are the requirements?
Omega Red is the 2nd legendary character that's being released through a mythic legendary event. The characters required at a minimum of 5 stars each are Captain America Sam, Maria Hill, Sharon Carter, Nick Fury, and Winter Soldier.
The rumors were true.
Minimum of Gear Tier 12 and ISO 8 T1 level 4.
All right. Is there anything more in this video?
See the mythic legendary event for Omega Red be running?
Sometime during the next version release.
All right, Byron. Once again,
October.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Always love to hear all this information direct from the horse's mouth. Please come back and let us know what you're going to be working on next.
As always, Cerebral, thanks for having me on. I had a ton of fun.
All right, and that looks like that's it as far as the blog, as far as that video. Let's take a look at the blog post, guys. Valley Club does not sound very friendly. We talked about the kit. Super overpowered, super strong. Health steal. They're supposed to be a war team. But because of all this health steal, this wall of text for his passive, this wall of text for his ultimate, they could be a raid team as well. We got to see the rest of the kits for this other crew. But yeah, this probably the most disappointing. The Secret Avengers with that dirty trash strike pass release of Captain Sam also included in this, and the characters that we got the wrong information for. We got that video that looked like the Secret Avengers sucked. Some people didn't buy this Secret Avengers based on that, and maybe because of that, that is why they are the unlock for this. This is not good. This is the unlock method, not good. Unless we'll see how quickly they make them farmable. We'll see how quickly they make them farmable. But yeah, ISO 8 level 5, not just on your Secret Avengers, not just on Nick Fury, who kind of pairs with them, also on Winter Soldier. You need to put some ISO 8 on Winter Soldier. Feels dirty. Feels dirty. And just like the Adam Warlock event, the Adam Warlock unlock, you will have to use these ISO 8 class. Same kind of requirements of that. Let's take a look at the unstable elements before we get to some of the rumors about this Weapon X team. Yeah, you guys need a lot of Maria Hill. I need a lot of these. Captain Sam, Maria Hill. I need a lot of these for this Omega Red. But if these guys are not a solution in raid, if they're actually a war offense team, war offense is not a mode that I care about too much. So I guess we're going to have to see if this team also has that raid viability, because to be honest, the tech section in Doom 1.1 is probably the hardest section for me. So hopefully they give some relief for this as well. All right, unstable elements. This looks like this is happening next week sometime. Let me check out the date. That is on Wednesday, September 22nd. Limited time opportunity to power up your teams by completing daily objectives. Here's how it works. All right, what are we going to get with this? Elementary particles currency. Achieve an isotope breakthrough, earning limited time elementary particles. Event currency is you earn it by completing select daily objective, blitz, raids, arena 3, play 3 isotope 8 missions. You can find, that was weirdly written. You can find even more elementary particles via offers. Once you've earned your currency, head over to the limited time store. Now, I like that they're doing this store. Previously, we'd have these crappy orbs. Now we could kind of get stuff that we actually want in this stuff. So I like that they're doing these stores. They did that with the Shang-Chi event. I think this is good. It gives us a little more selection here. But head over to the limited item store to spend your elementary particles. There you can purchase T2, T1, ISO 8. I like this. I'm going to be purchasing some of this T2 blue in the supply section, as well as T2 and T1 ion orb. Oh, those are good in the orb section. Oh, I don't know which one's better. Directly purchasing the, actually, this is for the ions. That's just the orbs. Okay, got it. Each origin trait will have 2 slots of T2, ISO 8, and 1 slot of T1. This is a great opportunity to stock up on your T2 of ISO 8 of your choosing. So I guess this is preparing us for Doom 2, which is also probably coming in this next update. Turning legendary event, Adam Warlock is coming back, and yes, the guesses were correct. September 20th is when he is coming back. We got a lot of the information about this blitz earlier this week, or yesterday on Marvel.com. We also know that the 23rd is going to be the Cloak and Dagger blitz. September 20th, we have Namor. And let's read this. This is a little longer than normal, but don't dry up just yet, because September 23rd, dive into the Luminous Blitz featuring Cloak and Dagger. The usual character shards have been replaced by Luminous credits. Well, that's what they say. The past few Friday blog posts have said something, and in-game has been different. So what do you think is going to be different in-game when this is actually announced? Or have Scopely finally pulled their heads out of their butts and done something correctly and not going to break the game with this? We'll see. We'll see. Each of these orbs, 5 character shards for the specified character. This will be the first of 2 blitzes, the Luminous blitzes, earning the Luminous credits. Each blitz features the same amount of character shards as typical blitzes. Oh, that sucks. Not more. As good as not less, but the same. Feels wrong. Frugai thinks we'll get hand assassin star from the Luminous blitz. Yeah, because we know they do things in the laziest way possible. So it's probably just a cut and paste from a previous blitz. The number of total shards is equal. You actually get 25 milestones in 23. Oh, okay. I didn't read this part. That's good. We're getting 4 extra guys. That makes up for this double strike pass trash release of these characters. But you get to choose how many Cloak and Dagger shards you want. Also, a reminder, there'll be 2 strike passes with Lunar credits. The first one featuring Cloak shards, and the second one, yeah. So 2 months after the strike pass, we'll finally get it completed and get all the shards we want. Sherry, I'm with you. I'm not a fan of this either. I'm not a fan of what was revealed today. This kid is very, very strong. Good for PvE content. Good for when you have it. Not as good for PvP content. Let's see the last thing. Adam Warlock, we know about that. Relic Hunt, Flash. All right, we got all the information. The full kit is on the blog post. We saw that. We reviewed it. Very, very strong. It is a huge wall of text. All right, let's talk about some rumors that I've been hearing. This is what you guys have been waiting for. It is rumor time. I've heard from Drew. Drew is not here joining us today, but I have heard from him. And he's talking about this. Omega Red is just the first of many characters coming. Maybe not many, but 4 characters coming in particular. And when I think of 4 characters, I think of one character that is Horseman. And I ain't talking about Slick Rick. I am talking about Apocalypse. Yes, he's getting his 4 horsemen. Omega Red, coming in October, looks to be Pestilence. Next, we have, and I'm getting this, and this is looks like this whole mutant team is setting up for Grand Tournament. Looks like Angel, who in the comics was Death, will be Death for this team. Latest I had is, as far as rumors, is February for that. Also, June 2022, the rumors are the next Horseman, Famine, is coming, and Sunfire will be that character. No word on when War is coming, but that will be the 4th Horseman there. Now, not sure what is going to be the unlock method for Apocalypse. If it's going to be these 4 Horsemen. The legendaries that unlock the final legendary, or if it's gonna be some other team. That is the latest rumors, guys. Let me know what you think about the 4 Horsemen and Apocalypse coming. Dave saw Angel in the background, Angel comic in the background. Apocalypse, Angel, 2 of my favorite characters. Yeah, so it'll be good. We just gotta survive until Grand Tournament comes, until all these power leaping teams come through the game. And then it looks like Apocalypse is coming. Yes. So this is the first of the Horsemen. The Horsemen. Woo, yeah. Probably the Horsemen and Dormammu into Dark Dimension 23. All right. So yes, that is the latest of the rumors. That is the latest official news about Apocalypse. And that is it. That is it for now. I will see you guys next time. We got more Marvel Strike Force content. And if you have not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully the game turns around and gets a lot better. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you for stopping by the live stream. Hopefully you enjoyed the replay of this with the rumors, with the reaction to the Omega Red Kit. Share this with your friends, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, provides you some value and maybe some entertainment, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, share this with your friends. I will see you guys next time. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go. Check me out on social media. ValleyFlyin out.